Happy Wednesday.
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Hello.
Welcome to day one of the government shutdown. We're in it. It's happening. It's all up in here. We are shut down, you guys. It is official as of midnight last night. They had a couple votes, had a couple tries in the Senate to pass a clean CR. That did not go well, although there were 3 Democrats who did come over to the right side. They included John Fetterman, as we predicted yesterday.
Yeah.
And then Catherine Cortez Masto from Nevada and Angus King from Maine also voted properly, but no other Democrats joined, and we need 7 of them, and that's a lot. And so I don't know how this is going to end. I really don't. We'll see, but it's not going good so far.
It's always entertaining, isn't it?
Never a dull moment
when
you're dealing with politicians.
That's right.
And as if he heard us talking about it, Ralph Norman from right here in South Carolina decided to file to abolish paychecks for members of Congress during government shutdowns without back pay. I love this.
Yeah.
Doubt it'll pass.
Suck it, Congress. Suck it.
Doubt they'll vote against their own interests, but listen, good on him for trying to make a point.
Won't happen. They're going to be like, can we get a raise? Can we get a raise instead? Yeah.
God, they're just, these people.
All of them are insufferable.
Absolutely awful. Now, it does seem a little bit different this time around in terms of just how the media is covering the shutdown. There does seem to be some blame. I mean, I don't even know if blame is the right word, but people that you wouldn't necessarily expect, the New York Times, Politico, they're talking about the shutdown and about Democrats in a way that is not glowing, and that's unusual for them, right? So Politico saying tables turn for Democrats as they use shutdown for leverage. New York Times says Democrats oppose the stopgap bill, raising odds of a shutdown. Their end game is uncertain, according to the AP. I don't know what their play is going to be, but it's shut down. And so
we all know why it is. You guys want to give healthcare to illegals. We're tired of your shit.
Right.
Like, you guys prioritize illegals / criminals over the American citizen, the American taxpayer. That's what this is about. So, I mean, you can try to spin it any way and they're spinning it. They're spinning hard.
They're spinning.
They are just spinning, but it ain't working.
It's not working. And we know they're all full of crap. And the reason for my name today, Maxine Waters, is because Maxine Waters was interviewed. What was the outlet? I can't remember where this gal was from.
America.
Definitely from America. But this gal was like, why are you trying to give healthcare to illegals? And Maxine was so mad. And so they had a little bit of a back and forth.
I love it.
Here is what that looked like.
Here we go.
Do Democrats want to prioritize the health care of illegal aliens over a government shutdown? Because if the government does shut down, Americans...
Excuse me, stop it right there. We're not prioritizing. What we're doing is saying simply we want to keep the government open, and we want to work with the Republicans and have a bipartisan agreement to keep this government open.
That made no sense.
Health care is at the top of our agenda.
But aren't Democrats demanding health care for illegal aliens?
Democrats are demanding health care for everybody.
Yeah.
We want to save lives. We want to make sure that health care is available
for illegals,
to those who would die, but having the help of their government.
So you're good with the government shutdown, even if it means giving health care to people who aren't American citizens?
Well, that's what you're pushing on. What you're trying to do is you're standing here and you're trying to make me say that somehow we're going to put non-citizens over Americans. Quit it. Stop it. This is the kind of journalism we don't need.
No,
you're divisive. No, you're not. You're being divisive. No, please. You don't need to ask that question. You're just trying to get controversy here. You're not going to get it from me. We want to save health care for all people. Thank you.
Thank you, Congresswoman. Appreciate it.
I would not have been as kind to that old bat I would have been like, this is not the kind of journalism. I'm just asking you a damn question. Weekend at Bernie's. I'm asking you a question. Can you answer the question? No, she won't answer it because she doesn't want to admit that they do actually prioritize illegals over American citizens.
Yup.
See how uncomfortable she got in her nasty wig? Did you see it? Lord, change it out. There's like stuff growing in there.
How old is she now?
4,000 years old.
I mean, she's got to be close to 90, right?
She's got to be close to 162. She is so old, you guys. She has no business being in charge of anybody.
Well, I mean, if she's close to 162, the only way that's possible is if she's taking
Field of Greens. It's Field of Greens. Gosh,
for health.
She is the master at transitions, you guys. I mean, it's like nobody does it better. Find me a person that does it better than Mock. I dare you. Yes, you guys, I am the literal worst at eating my fruits and veggies. The literal worst. I mean, I'm probably a step above Gwen, my daughter, my 15-year-old daughter. She hates vegetables. Like, she's not like your son who loved vegetables. She's
not so
really
much
bad
anymore, but like, yeah, he did back in the day.
I'm just really bad at it. And the older I get, the more I hate them. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is. Like, I would rather have Cheez-Its and goldfish than I would a vegetable. You know what I mean? We're all guilty of eating processed foods. It's the American way. This is what I do. And it's like it's like pulling teeth to make my daughter eat vegetables. And it's bad for us. I know, whatever. Don't yell at me. But Field of Greens is my incredible, easy, delicious life hack. It is really great. And they have research to back them up. Y'all know how I love the data. There was a major university study that found that participants slowed aging by just drinking Field of Greens without any changes to diet or exercise. They saw this over 30 days. So over 60% of study participants saw a measurable reduction in biological aging markers. And that was without changing anything. I can get on board with that. I could do that. I can do nothing and just drink this because it's delicious. Mine tastes like sweet tea. And I just replace one of my big old drinks with Field of Greens every day because I'm a hydrator. I will do that. That's like the one thing that I do right is hydrate. And so it's really good. It's like drinking sweet tea every day. And participants experience a 12.8 increase in resilience building markers. I need some resilience. So that's great. It's also-
And you can have it with Cheez-Its.
You can. That's right. That is right. So swap that untested green drink of yours, because this one is tested and it is proven to be awesome. Swap it with Field of Greens and get 20% off. Fogchicks.com. Use promo code CHICKS. That's FOGchicks.com. Promo code CHICKS. Do it.
Chicks, do it.
Do it.
So Hakeem Jeffries is not handling the shutdown well. He is also not handling Trump's trolling well at all. So we played that video yesterday that Trump posted of him and Chuck Schumer and the sombrero and the whole thing. It was so funny.
It's racist.
He's so mad about it. And we're going to get to that in a second. But first, he was on Squawk Box yesterday and they were trying to corner him essentially about the Democrats shutting the government down. And here's how that went.
We don't want to shut the government down. That's not our approach. But Republicans control the House, the Senate, and the presidency. If the government shuts down, it's their decision to do it.
But this is a continuing resolution, and it's going to happen. All these things that you want to do, there's no way any of them are going to be negotiated by the time this happens. And if you shut down the government, you last time, Democrats point out, you lose FEMA, you lose troop pay. You lose all these different things that are so important to Democrats when they're on the other side of this. If you're not going to get all these other things settled, you need to do the CR to get the government funded and then return to this and do it in the normal course of business for Congress.
Yeah. Yeah. They say economists project $1 to $2 billion in daily economic losses. $1 to $2 billion a day.
Republicans cannot fold. They cannot.
Right.
They've already got 3 Democrats. They just need 4 more. They need 4 more to like come to their freaking senses. They cannot fold.
This is simple. The only reason that they're not doing this is because, there's 2 reasons. 1, because they hate Trump. And 2, because they love criminals. They suck, you guys. Democrats suck.
Yup. So Hakeem was also asked his reaction to the video the trolling video that Trump posted. And here is what he said.
It's a disgusting video, and we're going to continue to make clear bigotry will get you nowhere. We are fighting to protect the health care of the American people in the face of an unprecedented Republican assault.
Trump posted that one also. He can't stop, won't stop.
He won't. God love him. I love him.
And so then he got out because, like, in the that video that we just played of Maxine, so a bunch of Democrats were out on the steps and they were, you know, saying all the things and making all the speeches, blah, blah, blah. And so Hakeem, you know how we've been making fun of him because he does this like weird jerky arm motion, but then also takes forever between words to actually complete a sentence. So, man, is that ever an issue?
He's very slothy.
Yes, he is a sloth.
He's like a human sloth.
He's like a hoth. Or a slewman.
He's a slewman, you guys. I like that better. He's a slewman. Yes, he is.
He's ridiculous. So just watch the hand and listen to the slowness. It's almost unbearable, truly.
God.
And Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist and fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
Like,
say it to my face.
Get it, Hakeem, get it. You know what? He will say it to your face. He will.
Oh my God, he would have absolutely no problem doing that.
He will get right up in your grill and say it all up in your face, Hakeem. Because that's Trump. Like he's afraid to do that? What is wrong with these people? And they're all behind him going, yeah.
You tell him, Hakeem. You get him.
Sloth, man. Yeah. What in the world? Oh my God.
You know what's crazy is that Eric Holder, you remember Eric Holder? He literally looked like a sloth.
He also
But
is
if
a
you
sloth.
put Hakeem together with him, that is a sloth, 100%. 100%.
Yes. Yes. It's like a Disney character. It's a weird Pixar creation is what they are. Totally.
And the more butthurt he gets about like the AI video, the more butthurt he gets about it, the more people keep making the videos.
Oh my God.
So you guys,
great.
here's another one.
Mr. President, the next time you have something to say about me, don't cop out through a racist
oh my
and
God.
fake AI video. When I'm back in the Oval Office, say it to my face.
Yes.
Say it to my face.
Say it to my face.
Say it to my face. Cheryl said that we need to stop being mean to sloths, and that's a valid point.
Fair.
Cheryl.
That's fair.
It's fair. Because I mean, what did sloths ever do to be
It's
compared to
true.
that guy? That's just mean.
I will say
You're
that a
right.
lot of people have always assumed that I would want to pet a sloth. And that's actually one of the furry creatures that I have 0%
Really?
interest in interacting with.
I would pet a sloth. I would.
I just don't like their faces.
Because they look like Hakeem and Eric Holder.
Eric Holder.
That's right.
Maybe that's what it is.
That's
I
what
don't
it
know what
is.
it is.
Mm-hmm.
So you would have thought that like during the day, he kind of would have gotten this out of his system, you know,
You
like
think?
the being upset by the fake
No.
video. No.
No.
Last night, ahead of, it was either right ahead of the shutdown or perhaps right after, he was still bitching about it, you guys.
Oh, bless his heart.
And doing it in that really slow, slothy way.
Donald Trump posted this AI video
Oh my God, dude, spit it out.
featuring myself and Chuck Schumer. It was a fake video. It was a disgusting video. It was a racist video. It was unbecoming of anyone purporting to be the president of the United States of America.
So bored with this guy. I'm
But y'all,
serious.
I ain't scared.
I'm scared.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Oh Okay, is that what you're
We
talking
get
about?
down like Shirley Chisholm, unbought and unbossed at all times.
Yeah.
So, Mr. President, allow me to reintroduce myself. I'm the House Democratic leader.
He's like,
We're aware.
allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Umpty. Pronounced with the Umpty. I don't even understand what's going on there. Like, what? Dude, you are obsessed. You're obsessed with them, okay? Just stop. Like, you've talked about it all day. Maybe just give it a rest for one of your
Doesn't
speeches.
he have like a selfie to Photoshop? I mean,
Maybe.
what is wrong with that guy?
Right. Do you have a waist to contour or something on your selfie? Maybe just calm down. You are obsessed. Like, God.
I know. It is unbearably hilarious how many memes and GIFs and all the things keep coming out, and Trump just keeps retweeting them. And I just love him for it. I love him.
I do too.
I also love protecting my information online, which is why I use what the pros use, and that is Webroot.
It's the stuff. You know, I feel like conservatives are cautious and responsible, and we're all prepared as a group. Do you know what's happening to your stuff online, though? Because, you know, sometimes there's a lot of crime and mayhem, and your data's out there all naked and exposed to all the jackholes that want to do awful stuff to it. It's true, you guys. It's true. And there's
naked and afraid.
It's naked and it's just vulnerable and it's out there. And there's all sort of data breaches and security incidents. You see that all the time, right? So Webroot, Total Protection, they offer dark web monitoring because it's dark out there. It's dark. And they immediately alert you if your sensitive data is found online, and they allow you to take prompt, quick, speedy action to prevent those jerks out there from stealing your identity, and you can protect your digital life because you have a digital life. It's not just your life, it's your digital life. And they have great plans for individuals, families, your elderly parents. They are perfect prey for online predators. You got to protect your elderly parents, right? And your children too. You can get 50% off Webroot Total Protection or Webroot Essentials by going to webroot.com/chicks. It's only available at webroot.com/chicks. Okay. That's 50% off 50. It's a really great deal. You guys check it out. This is what all the bigwigs use. The people that know a thing or two about IT, they use Webroot. So check it out. Webroot.com/chicks. Do it. Do it.
All right. We have to talk about Pete Hegseth and the big military gathering that happened with all like the admirals and the generals and all the muckety mucks that came to Quantico to hear President Trump and Secretary Hegseth speak to them. They didn't know why they were there. They didn't know what the speech was going to be about. And I have to say, it was one of the greatest speeches I have ever heard Pete give.
I was hoping you were going to say that. It was. I mean, I figured you were going to say that.
Oh my God.
I loved it. I loved that he was like, "Hey, everybody, you fat."
It was so good.
It was the great. This is what I voted for. This is exactly what I voted for. And so he delivered. It was fantastic.
It was amazing. If you didn't listen to the whole thing, you have to listen to the whole thing.
It really was awesome.
It gave me physical pain to select specific clips to play. Right. I was like, I don't even know how I'm going to choose because every moment of it was perfection. Literally every moment.
Yeah.
He started off the day with a tweet saying, "Today we end the war on warriors."
Yes.
And then on his way to Quantico, Trump stopped outside to meet with the press pool, and he gave this very ominous warning right before heading to Quantico. Here is what he said.
This time. So I'm going over, I'm going to be meeting with generals and with admirals and with leaders. And if I don't like somebody, I'm going to fire him right on the spot.
As it should be.
The press was like, he's going to fire everybody. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Fire
because they take every word of his so seriously.
They do. These people are crazy. So great.
So great. All right. So then Pete took the stage, and I mean, it was just a reminder at first about the purpose of the military, his whole philosophy about a warrior ethos, It was so good. And then he got to the nitty gritty, told all of the folks there that they were going to get his new directives via their mail, their inboxes, but that he was going to outline his new plans for the military and new standards at the meeting. And he did. And so much of this focused on standards that need to be met by every single service member. Here's a little bit about that.
Standards must be uniform, gender neutral, and high. If not, they're not standards.
Yep.
They're just suggestions.
Oh my God, yes.
Suggestions that get our sons and daughters killed. When it comes to combat arms units, and there are many different stripes across our joint force, the era of politically correct, overly sensitive, don't hurt anyone's feelings leadership ends right now. At every level, either you can meet the standard, either you can do the job, either you are disciplined, fit, and trained, or you are out. And that's why today, at my direction, and this is the first of 10 Department of War directives that are arriving at your commands as we speak and in your inbox. Today, at my direction, each service will ensure that every requirement for every combat MOS, for every designated combat arms position, returns to the highest male standard only.
I think it's fantastic.
Yes.
I'm all about this. To the men. If you don't
So
want to
good.
do this job, then don't do it. And don't sign up for the military just because you want free college. I'm serious.
Exactly.
And people have
we
a
want the
problem
best of the best.
right. If people have a problem with me saying that, I don't care. I don't. Because that's not what it should be. It's not like a ticket to free shit. It's not what it is. It should be, you want to be a fighter. You want to go in there and serve your country. That's what it's all about. And you should be fit to serve.
Mhm.
Period. There are other jobs out there. Go do them if you don't want to do it.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but it's not sexist to go by man
Nope.
standards. There needs
Nope.
to be, if you're a man, you want to make sure that if you've got a woman serving next to you in a combat role, that she can pick you up, hoist you over her
Yeah.
shoulders, and get you out of trouble if necessary.
Yeah.
That's why there should not be different standards. There should be one standard. I'm so glad that they're returning to that.
Yes.
And he wanted to make it clear, this is not meant to exclude women.
No.
But if it does, who cares?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they need to be combat ready. I loved this part of the speech. Here he is.
This, and I want to be very clear about this, this is not about preventing women from serving. We very much value the impact of female troops. Our female officers and NCOs are the absolute best in the world.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to any job that requires physical power to perform in combat, those physical standards must be high and gender neutral. If women can make it, excellent. If not, it is what it is. If that means no women qualify for some combat jobs, so be it. That is not the intent, but it could be the result, so be it. It will also mean that weak men won't qualify because we're not playing games. This is combat. This is life or death. As we all know, this is you versus an enemy hell-bent on killing you. To be an effective, lethal fighting force, you must trust that the warrior alongside you in battle is capable.
And women can do it. I have absolutely
Some women can.
I have absolutely no doubt in my mind. Women have done it and women can do it, but not all women can do it. Just like not all men can do it. So, I mean, you have to go out there and work your ass off and do it. I mean, it's kind of like I look at my daughter and her friends, they're athletes. I couldn't do what my daughter does. For crying out loud, she works out 5 hours a day. You know what I mean? You have to be able to go in there and be tough and do the things that other people are unwilling to do. If you're willing to do that, go do it. If that's what you want to do, women can do it. It's just that some women are not willing to get to the standard that they want to set. You know what I mean? Or that he is setting for them.
Right.
Go do it.
I mean, if anything, I would think that women should want to reach the same standards as men. They shouldn't want weaker or lower standards.
Amen.
But they also need to be realistic. Like women as a whole, I'm not talking all women, but as a whole, are weaker, slower, less strong than men. This is not news. This is biology. And I know forever we've been conditioned to like ignore biology completely, but it exists. And I love that Pete is unapologetic about this. He's like, listen, I'm not trying to exclude anybody, but if I do, whatever. There's standards. They got to be really, really high. And that's the end of it.
But the bottom line is that some women can do it. Some women absolutely can do it. And God bless those women. If they want to do it, go do. I fully support that they can. They can. So
I mean, probably not very many.
Right. But they just listen, they have to work a little harder, a lot harder, but they can. And if you want to work hard and you want to do that, I am like all behind you. You go, girl. You
100%.
know, but not everybody can. And I think for so long we've seen so many people in the military that are just in there and you're like, you're in the military? You're supposed to like protect me if there's a foreign like entity that's going to come out. Really? Because I feel like I'm good. I can protect myself. If you're the, you know what I mean? It's not some of the like the standards have been lowered, and it also reflects poorly on the people that actually get in there and they are fighting machines. You know, because you know that there are other people. Because I live in a military area where there are really fit, really amazing people in the military that do it and they are into it and they do it because they love it and they want to be at the best of the best. And so it's an insult to those people, I think, when you see the people that don't meet the standards.
There's so many people who are, they get in the military, you know, you go through basic training and you get beefed up and you're like super strong. And then like 5 years in, you're a complete slug.
Right.
And that is going to end as well. And Pete made that very clear. This is the part of the speech that a whole bunch of people had a problem with, but he is making sure that there are constant physical fitness standards, not just at the beginning of service, but throughout your entire military career. Here he is on that.
It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force.
Yep.
Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
Yep.
So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test. But today, at my direction, every member of the joint force at every rank is required to take a PT test twice a year, as well as meet height and weight requirements twice a year, every year of service.
Somebody, and I agree. Somebody said, now do Secret Service. I agree. It probably
Completely.
should be across the board.
Do firefighting, do police. There should be no fat policemen. There should be no
totally
fat
agree.
Firefighters.
Right. I think this should be across the board. I agree 100%. My husband and I talked about this yesterday. I'm like, it shouldn't just be for the military. All these people that we pay with our tax dollars to do these jobs that protect us, why are they fat? Why? I mean, if they can't take care of themselves, how do they expect to take care of other people? Honestly, that's how I feel about it. And if it's unpopular, too bad. Don't go into that line of work.
Exactly. This isn't something that you just do 12 weeks of and then you can just let yourself go.
Right.
You have to be at peak performance to do this job. Now, not all job, like maybe you've got a desk job at the police force, whatever, that's fine. But if you are out and you are supposed to be chasing bad guys, you got to be able to run. You got to be able to get through a fitness test. This is not rocket science.
It's not too much to ask. I mean, the American taxpayer is paying you to do that job.
Exactly.
And you get pensions. You're welcome. So you should earn it. Take care of yourself. Earn it.
That's exactly right. And Pete had a very strong message for people in the audience who may not have liked what they were hearing.
But if the words I'm speaking today are making your heart sink, then you should do the honorable thing and resign.
Right.
We would thank you for your service. But I suspect, I know, The overwhelming majority of you feel the opposite. These words make your hearts full. You love the War Department because you love what you do, the profession of arms. You are hereby liberated to be an apolitical, hard-charging, no-nonsense, constitutional leader that you joined the military to be.
Yeah. And if you
How
don't,
are people not like inspired by, like, if you're in the middle, how do you not want to hear this exact stuff?
because you want the free shit. And if that's you, and if, yeah, exactly. You want the free shit and you want to be lazy. And if that's you, GTFO.
Yeah. It's
He's
time
right.
to leave.
He's right. GTFO, you know?
It's time. It is absolutely time.
It is time.
And if you're feeling like it's time for you to make a difference and you're a woman and you don't really know how to get engaged, involved in politics, we got you.
Yeah, we really do. This is the place. So Concerned Women for America, they are involved in like all different places. Congress, they help you get involved with congressional leaders. They help you get involved with schools. They're kind of all over different levels of public policy. A lot of people like us, you know, women out there, moms, grandmas, they don't know how to get involved. They'll listen to us and then they're like, wait, I want to be involved, but I don't know how to do it. These guys will help you get involved. Okay. They'll help you and they'll show you. Concerned Women. They will help you get like letters to people. They'll give you templates. They'll show you how to do grassroots effort. They are all about just helping the regular woman get involved in legislative efforts and just, you know, whatever it is, culture, everything that you want to do to get involved in conservative principles, biblical values. They're all about everything. This is just the best women's organization that advocates for everything that we believe in. So all you got to do is donate $20 to receive their book. And then you can go check out all the things that they do, and they can help you get involved both locally and also nationally. Concernedwomen.org/chicks is where you start, and you can get that copy of their book. It's concernedwomen.org/chicks. They will help mobilize and educate and get you out there, you guys, and then you can make it a real impact in your society. So definitely do that. Concernedwomen.org/chicks. We love them.
Do it. Pete also had a message for our enemies, and here it is.
To our enemies, F-A-F-O. If necessary, our troops can translate that for you. Another way to put it is peace through strength, brought to you by the warrior ethos. And we are restoring both.
God, just freaking love it.
I know.
Yet, so many Democrats were like, according to Eric Doherty, mass outrage is ensuing among Democrats because the Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, announced that military combat standards must be high, promotions must be based on merit, and members of the military must not be fat and out of shape or poorly groomed. And they're mad about it. I mean, I saw one video of some service member who was complaining because she has long nails. She has fake long nails, and she's not going to be able to have those anymore. Oh my God.
Yeah, listen, I mean, like I played competitive piano growing up and I wasn't allowed to have long nails. Am I entitled to compensation? You know what I mean? Like, you're in the military.
Right.
You're not supposed to be soft. That's the very essence of the military. Quit being soft. You obviously don't belong there. Like, that's the point of this. So I can't believe that there are people out on, first of all, I don't think they should be able to make TikTok videos.
I think agreed.
I think that should be a rule number one. Like, if you're in the military, you shouldn't be able to get on TikTok. Mm-hmm. I remember like one of my very best friends from college, her husband is an officer. He's retired now. But I remember when all the stuff was going down, like when we were going through like conflicts and stuff like that, he wasn't allowed to post. Like, he wasn't even allowed, I don't know if it wasn't that it was that he wasn't allowed or that he chose to not be on social media. And she wasn't either because she was a military wife. It was like the responsible thing to do. She didn't want to be out there on socials because she thought, you know, people could use that to their advantage and see what my husband did. And then like, they could hurt our family. So I don't know what it is about military people getting out there and doing TikToks and like showing off and doing
in uniform.
Right.
I mean, what are you doing?
It's disrespectful. And I feel like it's irresponsible to be doing that. You're in the military. Like, isn't there a code of decorum where you shouldn't be doing that? And I feel like that should be a rule where they just Don't do that. Don't do it.
Yeah. Agreed. Some of the people that were upset by Pete's speech included, of course, the ladies of The View.
Of course.
So you're going to see two clips.
Oh my God.
One is Joy Behar just being like, I don't understand. Like, what is even happening? I don't understand.
Now, right before we went on the air, the newly renamed Secretary of War, Pete Hegseth, spoke to U.S. military leaders from around the world to lay out his very retro vision for our armed forces.
Retro.
Why is he obsessed with fat?
Yeah, and fitness and
anyway.
What?
Oh my God.
Fitness? Like, why would he care about those things?
Why is he obsessed with fitness? I mean, they should just all be eating Cheetos and like sitting at desk when they are in charge of protecting us from foreign entities. What is wrong with these women?
They're so dumb.
They were all dropped on their heads. Oh my God. It's like,
but they went further. Sunny, she's befuddled. I think maybe the word she actually used by this obsession with fatness and fitness.
really befuddled by why he did that. The optics were terrible, meaning all of our top military brass are all in one place, and we spent $6 million to get them there. That didn't make a lot of sense to me. It also didn't make a lot of sense to me that he was saying that he was going to toughen physical standards and review the anti-hazing policy by sort of implementing a hazing policy. And then also he said he was going to return to the highest male standard for combat positions because the troops were fat. I don't understand how that was supposed to be an uplifting message for our military.
Maybe he's referring to Colonel Sanders.
It was really a bizarre thing.
Is she mad? Wait, did I hear that she's mad that we spent $6 million to get them there? Is that what she said?
Yes.
We spent $116 billion on illegals last year. You pissed off about that, Sonny? What? She's mad about the $6 million to make sure that our people get in shape. She's mad about that. You can't make this shit up, you guys. You can't. She's mad about that.
She's mad. She's mad.
Okay.
But I think the vast majority of people, ex-military, military, and otherwise, I want to believe that most people saw that as like, this is great news for our military. We want a strong, fit military. Andrew Colvett from TPUSA said, I've just had a bunch of military and ex-military guys tell me the speech that Hegseth delivered was pitch perfect and exactly what they've been waiting to hear for years. It wasn't PC or polite, and that appears to be the point. No more weak warriors, no more fat generals.
Yeah. I mean, so many people in the military get into it because they aspire to greatness. They aspire to be something greater than they are for their country, right? Think of all the guys and the women that want to be, like Navy SEALs or whatever. And that's like the cream of the crop. These are people that do things that I couldn't do, right? And then they look around and they see all these losers, and you know what I mean, within ranks below them or whatever. And so they want those people to be elevated. They want those people to be better than what they are because they are associated with them. Can you imagine being associated with people who are like, my nails are, I can't have my long nails, and they're sitting in their car and they're eating Cheetos and they're pissed off about what Pete Hegseth said about being, incredible warriors. They're somehow mad about it when that's what they signed up for. And you got these special forces guys that are just like, snap out of it. Like, that's why you're here. You're here to be a warrior. So if you don't, I just can't imagine like being upset about this. If you are going into the armed forces, this should be like a battle cry for you.
Right. It should be the best news ever. It should be music to their ears. And if they're not, they're telling on themselves.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
Without question.
And so too are Democrats who absolutely without any self-awareness whatsoever prove that they are the racist ones. They are the sexist ones. John Harwood, who you probably remember from, I think he was like on, maybe he was CNN. I don't even remember. He used to be on TV. He used to do a bunch of different platforms. He's now just, I don't know, he's bloviating on X, I think. But his response was to say, Pete Hegseth has made clear that if he had his way, the U.S. military would have no blacks in leadership positions and no women at all. So what he heard when Pete talked about meeting physical fitness standards, he immediately in his brain, and then actually typed it out into the world, decided that that had to mean black people. So that is the most racist thing ever.
And sexist. It's
exactly
racist and sexist, because I don't think that. I don't think that at all. I'm surrounded by incredible female athletes every day. I'm going to go see them in about an hour, you know? So, I mean, this guy is a loser for saying that.
It was unbelievable.
He's a racist and a sexist. Yeah, it's unbelievable. Wow.
He got called out big time.
Good, I hope so.
I mean, it was, yeah,
Check
it was bad.
yourself, John.
So Trump was in the unfortunate position yesterday to follow Pete Hegseth. And so he was not particularly happy about that. And it's a very unique audience for him, because this is a highly disciplined group of people who are looking at their commander in chief, and they're giving him the utmost respect by being quiet. And of course, Trump, he's expecting a rally all the time, everywhere, constantly. And so it was a little weird for him, I think, at the beginning to be dealing with such a quiet audience. Here's what he said to them at first.
I've never walked into a room so silent before. This is don't laugh. You're not allowed to do that. You know what? Just have a good time. And if you want to applaud, you applaud. And if you want to do anything you want, you can do anything you want. And if you don't like what I'm saying, you can leave the room. Of course, there goes your rank, there goes your future. But you just feel nice and loose, okay? Because we're all on the same team. And I was told that, sir, you won't hear a murmur in the room. I said, we got to loosen these guys up a little bit. So you just have a good time. But I want to thank Secretary Hegseth and General Kane, General Raisin Kane for a reason, they call him that. When I heard his name, I said, you're the guy I'm looking for.
You can walk out, but you're going to lose your rank and your entire career.
I cannot get over the butt hurt about this, you know?
I know.
I can't get over it, you know? Like, why would, man, we're so far gone in this country that what Democrats get butthurt about is just so telling.
Yeah.
People are weak.
So again, he had to follow Pete, whose speech was freaking amazeballs.
Yeah.
And so he made a little joke about that here.
I know Pete spoke about it. He gave a great speech, I thought. Great speech. I don't want him to get so good. I hate that. You know? No, I hate it. I almost fired him. I said, you can't. I don't want to go on after that.
I love that so much.
Yeah.
And then lastly, he kind of put like a pin on basically everything that Pete said and reminded his military, you've got a role to play here. It should be obvious that we should be focused on fitness and strength. Here he is.
We're bringing back a focus on fitness, ability, character, and strength. And that's because the purposes of American military is not to protect anyone's feelings. It's to protect our republic, and it's the republic that we dearly love. It's to protect our country. We will not be politically correct when it comes to defending American freedom, and we will be a fighting and winning machine. We want to fight, we want to win, and we want to fight as little as possible. You have to count on people like me to keep you out of wars, because we don't want to go into wars.
Yeah, that was perfect.
It's true. We used to care about fitness and strength and all that kind of stuff in our schools, and that's gone, you know? So
well, it's back. Presidential fitness test is back in schools.
Well, that's true. But I mean, but if you look back at the 60s and you just look at kids in our schools, it was just exponentially different than it is now. But I mean,
because remember we would go out and play kickball, and now the kids just go out and like they're on their phones.
Totally. I mean, it's just a different environment now. But like Joy and Sunny, who are just like, oh my God, this is so terrible. It's so retro. It's right. Retro to be healthy? What the hell is wrong with these people?
Can't you just like, whenever you hear the word kickball, can't you hear it
Oh, I can smell it. I can smell and hear the ball.
Yeah, right.
And I can
it's
feel
like the
it.
best sound.
Yeah. And it's, you see that kids are not hit enough in the face with kickballs. I think it would solve some problems if some kids were just hit directly in the face with a kickball. You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
It built character.
Everybody's too soft.
Everybody is. Mm-hmm.
Trump had a very, very busy day yesterday. So he also announced the launch of Trump RX, which is a website that is going to be run by the government that is going to allow Americans to buy discounted drugs with cash. It will cut out middlemen. It's going to lower the prices of drugs. You can search for specific drugs from multiple different manufacturers. And then there was also this deal made with Pfizer that they were going to offer the same cost as what international countries get instead of upcharging Americans, so that the Pfizer CEO, that Borla guy, was also there to talk about that. So that was huge news that Trump announced. And he also had RFK and others in his office later in the day to talk about doubling the funding for cancer research, kids cancer research, from $50 million to $100 million. This was per a recommendation from RFK Jr. and the Maha Commission. And Trump said, we've got so much money coming in from the tariffs. This is like the perfect way to spend it, obviously. And then there was this hilarious moment where, as Trump was talking, RFK Jr. had the audacity
to cough,
to sneeze.
Oh, just to sneeze. Yes. Yes.
So here is that.
They couldn't test. God bless you, Bobby. I hope I didn't catch COVID just there.
Oh my God.
He's got Paxlovid. Give me a Paxlovid immediately.
I just love it. I always like, God bless you, Bobby. It's just so,
I know,
right? I know.
Daisy and I are still obsessed because we watched that RFK special on Angel Studios. It is so good,
and I just love him. I love him even more now. I have such love and respect for RFK Jr. now. You guys have no idea. We've got to get him on our show. We've got to interview him. He's such a bucket list guy for me. I just want to talk to him. I have to.
Same.
Yeah.
So he also spoke out about this extra funding for childhood cancer research and talked specifically about how they want to use the money to explore environmental causes, because there are certain cancers that are happening in kids that are like at epidemic levels that have not been seen in years past. These kinds of cancers were never diagnosed in kids, and now it's reaching these heights that are just, it needs to be studied. Here he is to talk about that.
Do they know why that? Do they have any idea why that's happening?
We are doing that research, and Jay Bhattacharya can talk about that. We're doing that research now for the first time. We're focusing on that, in particular colon cancers and these cancers that that never affected children before, and suddenly are epidemic in our children. And we're going to find the causes. They're environmental causes. We're going to identify them and work to eliminate them.
Right, thanks, Bob.
Yeah, and cue Democrats. Democrats will be like, but we like cancer.
Right.
We want it. Mean orange man. I swear, because they will. They'll figure out a way to think that this is a terrible thing, because there's. I cannot. Yeah, I swear. And it's part of it is the AI research, which I got to say is pretty awesome, because it takes the humans out of it, which I normally would be like, this is crazy. Let's kill all the robots. I hate it. But in this particular instance, I like that humans are taken out of the equation, because then money is taken out of the equation. You know what I mean? It takes the whole, like, we need to make money off of chemo and radiation. I like that money is taken out of the equation for the research part of it, because maybe we'll find a cure.
Exactly.
Just saying.
And remember, it was last week, I guess, when the whole Tylenol, like the announcement about Tylenol, this link to autism, and this new treatment for autism, leucovorin, I'm not even sure how you say it, but you know, the drug that I'm talking about, how they said that 60% of kids who presented with some level of spectrum and language inabilities, we're seeing really, really positive results. And there was this anecdotal story that I saw on Twitter yesterday that was so encouraging about leucovorin that I just thought this has to be shared. This is amazing.
So my son just started leucovorin for the first time. In case you haven't been paying attention, that was the other drug that was mentioned when they were talking about this Tylenol fiasco, which put a pin in that. We really should be talking about leucovorin. My son is 5 years old and he's nonverbal, low-functioning autistic. He wasn't always this way though. Up until about 1.5 years, 2 years old, my son knew words, a lot of words. He couldn't say sentences, but he could say 1 or 2 words put together. And then there was an incident that I'm not allowed to speak of because of TikTok regulations. They took down the video that I tried to talk about what had happened in there, but you put the two together. Right after that, he just had a steep decline in language, and it halted, and he hadn't spoken since. He's been on this medication for less than 48 hours, and my son just spoke for the first time. My nonverbal son just spoke for the first time in over 3 years.
Oh my God.
Every day I've been praying for an answer, praying for my son to be healed. And all this time, we've just had leucovorin sitting on the shelves. I'm telling you right now, if your child is nonverbal, if you are the parent of a nonverbal autistic child, get them on leucovorin as soon as you possibly can, because this is the answer that we have all been praying for.
That's amazing. Freaking amazing.
It is remarkable. Yeah. And are doctors not telling parents about this? Like, what is going on? I don't understand. Like, how...
It's new. I mean, we only heard about this last week. And so she probably ran. I'm sure people with autistic kids ran to their doctors and were like, what is this? Can I get on it? And it's happening.
It's just interesting that I just find it interesting that we're finding out about this via TikTok. You know what I mean? On a podcast, like we're talking about this in this forum. And yet I've never heard of that drug. I've never heard of that drug until today. I was today years old. And
that was what was announced. We played some clips of that from that whole health discussion about Tylenol and leucovorin.
Right.
Because Bobby specifically mentioned it and said, we've got this new research that's showing these amazing results.
But before then, it's like you think that there were doctors before RFK Jr. that had seen that drug and the benefits that it would provide people. So like, why? Why is it that RFK Jr. is the first person to be talking about that drug? That drug existed, right?
I don't know. I think that it's new research that shows that it has this connection to.
But
I think it's pretty new.
But he's the one that put the research out. You see what I'm saying? Research in these drugs, it's not just like something that they do in 2 weeks, Mock. That's my point. I'm not communicating the point effectively. I'm obviously not doing that very well. What I'm saying is when they research these drugs, especially in pharma companies, whatever, this research is like over 5 years, 10 years. They do R&D on drugs, and it is a long time. It's not just like, something they do in 2 weeks and they're like, oh, here's a study we did in 2 weeks. They do it over a long period of time. So I'm just wondering why we're just now hearing about this stuff recently. You know what I mean?
I don't know how that works, but I'm assuming they're not going to say anything about it until they have results, until they know
definitive.
That this is a thing.
I just find it interesting that it comes about with RFK Jr. You know what I mean? Like it's
I mean, he's absolutely pushing science and research to figure out what the heck can we do about autism.
Right.
It's been such a cause for him.
Right. And I wonder also, if he wasn't there in that position, if we ever would have heard about it.
Nope.
This is okay. That is the point. That's the point I was trying to make, and I wasn't doing it very effectively. But that's the thing that really bothers me is that a lot of these drugs that, these people will poo-poo RFK Jr. and say he's not a scientist, he's not this, he's not that. Okay, but like, if this really helps children, like, imagine if he wasn't in the position that he was in.
I know.
Imagine.
I hate to imagine it. I hate to.
We wouldn't be talking about Tylenol. We wouldn't be talking about this drug. We wouldn't be talking about a lot of things. Hell, we probably wouldn't be talking about fitness in the military because he's fitness man. All of this encompasses health and fitness and MAHA and stuff in our food. I mean, just imagine how we would have just been going down just the same old path that we've been going down. And the fact that Democrats want to say that he is just a loon, it baffles me.
Yeah. It's so unfair. He has been treated so unfairly.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
Especially because there are Democrats with autistic children.
You would think that they would be interested in this too.
You
would think. All right. We were very reluctant to have to broach this topic today. And we were like Candace free yesterday, which was really, really nice. But then she went to new lows that are so awful that like they have to be talked about. So I'm sorry, but like we got to talk about what's going on because this is freaking crazy. We're going to start because now she's attacking TPUSA directly, which just, oh my God.
So she's attacking Erica.
Essentially, yeah, because she's attacking the executives of TPUSA,
right,
and of course, Erica's at the tippy top of that now.
Right.
But before we even get to that, I also need to show you this clip of her suggesting and lying in the process. She is saying that, remember the whole text exchange between Tyler Robinson and his like furry trans lover?
Yeah.
And she was immediately one of the people who said, that's a fake conversation. That's like, nobody talks that way, blah, blah, blah. And then there was a video from a few years ago of a traffic incident that Tyler Robinson was involved in. She tried to say yesterday on her show that no one uses the word vehicle, least of all kids Tyler Robinson's age, that's just not a word that anybody uses. So you're going to see her make that case. You're going to see her show a part of that traffic stop to prove her point that no one and Tyler Robinson definitely never uses the word vehicle. She doesn't show the same traffic stop where he does use that word. She conveniently cuts that out to make her point, which is a lie. And then she refutes herself because thank God for Milk Bar TV, Nathan Livingstone, he found examples from her where she uses the word vehicle. So even though she's adamant that this is not a word that anybody uses, she is a complete liar as usual. Here's proof.
Old footage of Tyler Robinson that is now circulating from a car accident that he had. And during the discussion with the officer that showed up, Tyler certainly refers to it as his car, not his vehicle, because that's how most Americans, English speakers refer to a car, unless they're in the military or on the police force. So here is 2022 police body cam footage, in case you missed that, of Tyler making a crash report. Take a listen.
Your mom's on her way?
Yeah, she's gonna be a minute. She's gotta shuttle over from where she's at to her car and then drive over.
Gotcha.
His mother was gonna shuttle over from her car? Interesting.
Yeah, I was looking up at the light just before getting there.
Okay.
I saw it shift yellow. And as I get into the intersection, there was a vehicle in the lane.
Is that something that you say? I'm just gonna go out.
So, I mean, that little clip that you saw, she did not include in her show. That was what Milk Bar TV included to prove her wrong and to prove that she's lying. And she purposely omitted that part. Remember how mad she was about Bibi? Like the lying by omission by only including a couple lines of the letter, which we'll get to. But she is doing the exact same thing by not showing the next line where he talked about a vehicle. And then she herself uses that word.
Outside to my vehicle. I left something in my vehicle. Apparently, they just shoot the breeze with one another and they say vehicle and retrieve. And if you don't believe me, then good. You shouldn't believe that. You shouldn't believe me when I say that. And Nick was particularly asking him to determine who owned a white vehicle. And everyone locally had looked at this vehicle and said, I can help you to just figure out more about this vehicle. And suddenly a president gets shot in a moving vehicle. November 22nd, 1963, JFK was shot. President JFK was shot sitting alongside his wife in a vehicle.
Okay, so people do use that word. Surprise!
I can't believe this is what she's fixated on. Like this.
Oh my God.
I don't know. Hey, subscribe to my newsletter.
Right.
Just
buy some of my
cannot.
merch.
God,
Oh my God. So, I mean, that was its own thing. But then so you guys remember when she first was mad about Charlie's letter to Netanyahu, she herself talked about the validity of the letter. She said even about the lines that Bibi read initially, that he posted about, she was like, those lines are real, but he is completely lying and mischaracterizing the contents of that letter. She herself verified that the letter was real. And yet yesterday, because the letter was released, we've all read the letter, we know she was lying about it. Now she's trying to pretend that the letter didn't even exist and that maybe she doesn't know if it was an email, there's no timestamp. Can somebody please help her out on that? And that face, that arrogant, smug, lying face. Oh my God, that's just, it makes me so
putting
mad.
it on paper. Was it an email? What was that they were sharing on the New York Post, the Israeli Post? First and foremost, that letter he is holding up, he is severely misrepresenting. Those sentences are real. I'm saying you're severely misrepresenting the contents. Word of his deep love for Israel to a letter to Netanyahu. We're supposed to believe, did he send that as an email, by the way? Can somebody clarify, was that an email they were sharing? Or did he send it in the mail to him? Could somebody share that? And you're doubling down on your lie. I told you to publish the full letter that Charlie wrote you, not lines of it. Okay? It's a lie by omission. He lied about the contents of a letter that Charlie Kirk had written him. I'm assuming it was an email. Can someone share the timestamp on that? Just kind of like authenticate that email, because I'm very aware of what's going on. Okay? And I don't know how the executives over at Turning Point USA sleep at night.
Yikes. Charlie Kirk wrote.
Oh my God.
I know. Yikes. Right. I know. So
oh my God.
Listen, part of it, there are a couple things here. The first thing that bothers me is that she's actually insinuating that her really good friend, right, which I think is just bullshit at this point. I don't know. But her really good friend was somehow manipulated in his views, you know, because she's insinuating that. She's insinuating that at some point he was like, he was saying stuff out loud, but not really believing it. And he was believing what she believes. And that bothers me because I think Charlie was immovable in his views, in his morals, and in his core, like what he believed. If he said it, he believed it. You know what I mean? And I think that she kind of insinuates through all the stuff that she's doing that he was somehow malleable. Like there were people getting to him and he believed something different and you just don't know it. And I'm telling you, this is what he believed. And that bothers me. You know what I mean? Because I look at that. I just think that he was gracious and loving and tolerant of other people, but he was very fixed in what he believed, you know, and he was immovable in those beliefs. And for her to insinuate otherwise, that bothers me so much because it's such a punch in the face to him, you know? It's like, it's so disrespectful to him.
And we haven't even gotten to the meanest part of her show yesterday, but she was demanding to know whether that was an email, whether it was a letter, even though she used to call it a letter. She seemed to know all about it. And so Tim Pool had Andrew Colvett on and asked specifically about the
Israel
letter.
in letter to Netanyahu about how to counter rising opposition to the Jewish state in the U.S. I suppose I just, ask the man himself your view on all of this, because just you tell me, because I'm not going to put words in your mouth.
Is this letter verified? Is this letter true?
Yeah, I mean it's real. Yeah.
Okay, so there you go, Candace.
There it is.
It's a real letter.
TPUSA. That's TPUSA saying it's real.
Yeah. So now she is going after TPUSA and Erica herself. She's not naming her, but that's the executive. That's the top executive. And so she is now making demands that she's trying to say Charlie was going to completely abandon the Israel cause. And you have to come up with proof that I'm lying. That's her position. Candace constantly throws shit out there and then demands other people prove her wrong instead of just sharing her receipts.
Well,
this is like her MO, and it's
her pattern.
disgusting.
It's a pattern.
It's so gross.
This is what she does. Make outlandish claims, demand everybody pony up, gain a bunch of followers, subscribe to my newsletter, make a bunch of money, bank, 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 you know, and then back
It's
off.
so calculated and
then back
it's
off.
just disgusting.
It's a pattern and people buy into it. And then she moves on to, and then somehow she manages to move on to the next outlandish claim. And people continue to go down. This is the thing. And then people are still like feeding off of that original claim and they move on to the next claim. This is what people do. And she gains followers and she gets money. And it's like, I just do not understand it. I don't understand how people think that this is okay. I don't.
It's so far from okay. And that's why, like today, as much as I didn't want to talk about her, when I saw this video, I was like, well, we got to talk about her because this goes this sinks further into the mud than I've ever thought she could go. It's just vile.
So many conservatives are like cats with the laser on the wall with her. And she is the person with the laser pointer. Yeah. And they're just like, yeah. And they're just chasing all the, and
they have no expectation of her to prove what she's saying.
Nope.
She just keeps putting it on everybody else. Bibi, you got to release the whole letter. Well, then when he does, she's like, well, was that an email? Is there really a timestamp on that? And now she's saying Charlie was going to abandon his entire belief in Israel because of Jews. And she has no proof of that and is telling TPUSA, you need to say that I'm lying and prove it. What the heck? Oh my God. All right. Here's the really awful video that this is what made me feel like we've got to talk about it.
About 48 hours before Charlie Kirk died, Charlie informed people at Turning Point, as well as Jewish donors and a rabbi, that he had no choice but to abandon the pro-Israel cause outright. Okay. Charlie was done. He said it explicitly that he refused to be bullied anymore by the Jewish donors. Can you guys answer? Did he express that? Did he also express that he wanted to bring me, Candace Owens, back because he was standing up for himself? And then did he, just 48 hours later, conveniently catch a bullet to the throat before our onstage reunion could happen? It's a yes or a no. Yeah, I'm putting the fire here right at the feet of Turning Point because I am disgusted. I am genuinely disgusted. I am looking around and wondering whether Charlie's entire life was the Truman Show. None of you guys are behaving in the way that you should be behaving, okay? There is no way you are letting these lies fly.
I mean, listen, and his life was the Truman Show. How dare she? I mean, how dare... God. Out of all the pundits out there, Charlie was the most grounded and what he believed in, who he was as a person, what he stood for, what he did for the movement. I mean, he was, it's like indescribable what he's done for conservatism. And she's trying to discredit him and discredit that.
And his entire organization that he built.
Right.
I just can't believe that she's doing it. I cannot believe it.
It's disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. And then to say we were friends, gross. You do not.
And that we were about to have a reunion on a stage. Then bitch, prove it. If you have got all of these receipts, why is she not showing them? It's like she's just teasing everybody because it's more money, more money, more money, more money.
Because again,
and it's so nasty. I mean, it's so nasty.
That's her pattern. That's her pattern. That is her pattern. That's her grift, Mock. She put the outlandish claims out there, let people chase the laser, you know, and then people will be like, oh my God, I love this. I'm going to eat it up. Subscribe to my newsletter.
Yeah.
This is what people do. And conservatives are eating it up.
Torn because there's the part of me that I appreciate the people who are like TPUSA should ignore her crazy. They are way above her. They don't need her. She's ridiculous. They should just ignore her crazy. And then there's the part of me that's like, okay, Erica, I hate that you are being dragged into this. You do not deserve what Candace is doing to you and this organization, but please prove her wrong. Like just get out there and say, she is batshit. And Charlie, of course he loved Israel. Of course he would never abandon the cause. Did he lose a Jewish sponsor? Maybe, I don't know, but who cares? It has nothing to do with what he believed in his core. And there is a part of me that just would love for Erica. Listen, I'm not demanding it. I would never expect this of a grieving widow. But man, would I love it if she came out and slammed her once and for all, because I don't know what's going to get her to stop.
Well,
It's just gross.
listen, that comment that's saying that his life is the Truman Show, you're basically saying his life was phony. His life was fake, that he was fake and phony. And that's just irresponsible. It's just reprehensible. How dare she,
Yeah.
And the things that he has done, the ripple effect of what his death has done for Christianity, for conservatism, for people who haven't been to church in years since their childhood, people that had just been on the fence and they were like, well, I'm just, I'm not really interested, that are now interested in conservatism and Christianity. I mean, I stand by this, that he was a modern day prophet. And for her to discredit him and dishonor him like that, it's just gross. You were never his friend. I just cannot, it's gross. All of it is gross.
It's vile.
It's just
vile.
gross.
And amazingly, there's yet another example of her not knowing, but she knows.
No, but we know. We don't know, but we know. And soon we're going to know.
Soon we're going to know, you guys. I just can't. I can't. All right. A couple headlines before we get to talks. It's going to be a little bit of a shorter show today because Daisy's got to go to a swim meet. But surprise, surprise, Jimmy Kimmel's short-lived rating spike comes to a screeching halt.
I feel like
people tuned in that one night.
Yep.
And then nothing.
I feel like we called this. I think we talked about this. We said that it was going to take a huge spike and then everybody was going to be like, wah, 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 wah. And that's what happened. Yeah, predictable, Jimmy. You weren't funny before. You're not funny now. People just wanted to see what you were going to say, and they did, and then they tuned out. So congrats to the people that rehired him.
Yeah, enjoy your crappy ratings and your loss of money.
And your loser that's on now. That's not funny. And he's not going to ever become funny. So good luck with that.
And then also, I think this is fantastic news. But Elon announced yesterday that they are going to build a counter to Wikipedia, which is awful, called Grokipedia. And so he says it's going to be a massive improvement over Wikipedia, that the bias is going to be gone. He says, frankly, it's a necessary step towards the XAI goal of understanding the universe.
That's probably good.
I am stoked.
I'm stoked too. You guys, did you know that we were kicked off of Wikipedia, you guys? They just took us completely off of it because it's run by liberal hacks. So we had a really lovely page on Wikipedia and some liberal douchebag over there just one day decided chicks on the right, they're not, what did they call
notable.
us?
We're not notable.
We're not notable enough. And so they took us down. That's how it works.
Kind of a badge
of
honor at this point. So.
Right. So we were like, so yeah.
We're going to kick off MyPillow Toks with just a fantastic moment from Sheriff Grady Judd out of Florida. But even though as he's so good at storytelling and just saying the things, watch the officer behind him who is trying desperately not to laugh, but it's very hard because you're dealing with Grady Judd, you guys, who is a legend.
Things in life you just can't believe. So you order up a prostitute, right? This prostitute lives with his mother, by the way.
Oh my God.
He's got a massive criminal history, a 21-year criminal history with 31 criminal charges. So you order up a prostitute, and that's what you think you're getting. Now, when you look at that, you go, wow, that's pretty rough, but, any port in a storm. And then the next morning when you wake up,
look at his face.
You find out this is who it really is.
OMG.
Yeah. We call that coyote ugly. You see, he's laying on your arm in bed. You go, well, it was rough last night, but I've sobered up. I think I'll just chew my arm off and ease away so I don't disturb him or wake him up.
Oh my God.
All right, so you think you're buying this, you're getting this. He's got 31 criminal charges, and heck, if you're lucky, he doesn't kill you overnight.
I love him.
He is iconic.
I love him. Oh my
so
God.
great.
A legend.
So great. Also, I don't know if there's anybody else out there who struggles with getting motivated to work out.
Every day.
Struggle.
It's a
struggle.
I mean, every couple days. Yeah.
They do it, but they do. I used to have, when I had my cat, I would put her facing forward in my lap, and I would hold her front paws. And when I would hold her in that position and she was kind of curled, her back legs would curl, she would kick the shit out of her face. And I got endless entertainment from this. Endless. It was so funny. But yeah, they all do it. I think this is like just this is a cat thing.
Cute.
All right, we've got some thank yous. Let's see. Terry Sarmiento says, greetings from California. Pray for us that Newsom's Prop 50 to override the redistricting commission fails. Happy Dad Joke Wednesday. I read a book about helium. Couldn't put it down. Take my money, jerks.
I see what he did there.
Kelly Wiseman said, happy Dad Joke Wednesday, you big jerks. Why do weightlifters teach social studies? Because they are huge history buffs. Have a great October. All my love. XOXO. That's right. It's October 1st today.
It is today. Can you believe that? We're almost to Christmas, you guys. I'm so excited.
I know.
I'm going to
my
put
goal
my tree
for the rest of this year is to not have any more surgeries.
Oh, that's a great goal. You're going to make it. I'm going to put my tree in a month. I'm so excited.
Colleen W says, 20-year Army female here. Sec War's speech was spot on. It lit me up with a motivation and sense of pride I haven't felt in many years. Welcome back, Army.
You
love
should
that.
be proud. You should be so proud of what you do. I love that. Yeah.
Ed Whitefield said, I voted for this. Shut it down. All funding given to illegals. Oops. Oh, shoot. Sorry. And my 2.5 ex-wives. Oh, wait, what? I definitely stand with Trump for MAGA. I have always been America first. During the government shutdown, I am America only.
I just need to know what a half ex-wife is. I need to understand what that is. I love
Lindsay Zirkle said, happy Dad Joke Wednesday. I've started telling everyone about the benefits of eating dried grapes. It's all about raisin awareness. Really. Love you, chicks.
Great.
Lindsay again said, those who confuse burrow and burrow don't know their ass from a hole in the ground.
I love
Looking at you, Dems.
That is awesome. I love it.
Over on Locals, Connie MJ said, good morning and happy Dad Joke Wednesday. I saw a rodent dancing to a Hall & Oates song, so I left. I can't go for that.
I didn't see that coming.
I know.
I was trying to figure it out in my head and I didn't see it coming.
Minnesota Solar Baby said, Daisy, can they eat Cheetos and have long nails if they drink their Field of Greens?
I mean, I don't know.
It's up to Pete.
It's up to Pete. Yeah.
Judy Flood said, did I ever tell you about the time I went mushroom foraging? It's a story with a moral at the end. Now you.
Morel. Marcy Peralez, congratulations on your new boat, Mock. Here's a little gas money.
Thank you.
Welcome to the boating community. Love you too, Daisy. Happy hump day. Yes, Mock got a new pretty blue boat.
And I keep getting a lot of questions about the name, and people are like wanting to name it and like have a contest. No, it's named. It will be named the Stream Weaver.
The Stream
Weaver. Because of a live stream.
I get it.
And like
I
our
totally
name.
get it.
It's
I
like
get
it
it.
streams
Yes.
out in there in the river. Get it?
We totally get it. Brian Brumley, someone at my church got a job at a thermometer factory. It's just a temp job. Take my money. Robert Clark, Dad Joke Wednesday. What do you get when you rearrange the letters of postman? A really mad postman. Get it?
Wait, what?
You're arranging his letters.
Oh, okay, got it.
Eugene Higer, Dad Joke Wednesday. How many Democrats does it take to screw in a light bulb? None. They don't know how. Take my money, jerks. Love you. Okay. All right. Curio 23 should be discharged today. Woo! Everything went perfect. Replace C25 discs, titanium cages, and widening my spinal cord canals. Thank you.
Holy cow. That's a lot of things going on.
That's a lot of stuff going on, but I'm so glad that you're okay, Curio 23.
Yeah.
Lori Weens, Dad Joke Wednesday. What do cats eat for breakfast? Mice Krispies. What do French hedgehogs see on Groundhog Day? Their chateau. What do you get when you cross a fish with an elephant? Swimming trunks. These are all good, Lori.
Those are good puns.
Rachel Grupp. When my 6'1", 200-pound brother was a was a captain in the U.S. Army on patrol in Iraq and Afghanistan. No way would he want an out-of-shape man or in-shape woman with less strength by nature responsible for hauling him out of a hot situation. He had many. See?
Right? Of
right?
course.
Robin Dye, men hardwired to protect women, not fair in combat.
Also a great point.
Leah Benincasa, shout out to all the GI Janes out there. Yes, if you can do it, by all means, do it. I totally agree. In fact, like my daughter is one of her best friends. She's like ripped and badass, and she wants to be a fighter pilot. So go do it. I think that's awesome. Shelley Bolton, Dad Joke Wednesday. A man was tired of his wife saying he had no sense of direction, so he packed up his stuff and write. Love you, jerks. He packed up his stuff and write. Love you, jerks. Okay. Curio 23. If men get morning wood, do women get morning dew?
That is inappropriate.
And we'll accept it. Samantha Capehart. I'm a combat vet. I found IEDs overseas and did it well. Could I be a ranger or SF? What's SF? What is SF?
Special Forces?
Thank you. Hell no. But I can still contribute to the fight. We all have strengths and weaknesses. This is just common sense. Yes, Samantha.
Yes.
You're awesome. You're a badass.
Yes.
Awesome. Robin Dye. My uncle was a 4-star Army general in charge of material command, fit his entire life, jogged and at the gym, even after retirement. That is the way it should be, right? Team Media and Publishing. My husband was forced into early medical retirement from LE.
Law enforcement?
Thank you. In 2018, due to extreme hearing loss, 7 years later, at 66 years old, he is still in much better shape than way too many cops out there. Yes. Secretary Hegseth's new rules must apply to law enforcement,
firefighters,
Secret Service. Thank you, Mom. Thank you. Thank you for having my back there. Randy Craig, customer. Can you answer a question about the menu, please? Waitress, it's none of your business about the men I please. Okay. All right. Curio 23. My wife asked me if she had any annoying habits. And then she got all offended during the PowerPoint presentation. Love ya. Take my money, jerks. That's great. Eugene Heiger, please join me at COTR in a celebration of life. My brother took his life 2015. He was a 3-tour Vietnam vet and miss him so. 6'3", Gary Cooper. He had floating shrapnel all over his body and in such pain. We miss you, Larry. God bless you, Eugene. That is Kristen Gates. Asked my groom if there were women who could go toe-to-toe with men when he was in the Army. In his 20 years of service, there were 3. Those 3 grew up on farms with brothers. They were tough and mean. That tracks.
That totally does track.
Tracks, Kristen. They're built differently, those women. Dana Bilodeau, love the jet. Okay. I don't know what that means.
The jet.
Okay.
Love the jet?
Yeah, I don't know. But okay, thank you, Dana.
Mean?
We'll have to figure that out. Michelle Enterline. I was in the Navy in the 80s and we were required to meet PT and weight standards. Navy SEALs require women to meet same standards. I feel much safer in America. I pray this stays this way. I mean, when I was in college, the cheerleaders at University of Tennessee had to meet weight standards like every quarter. You know what I mean? I feel like
now that would be considered totally fat phobic and there's going to be fat cheerleaders.
I feel like they still do it, you know? I feel like they still... Anyway, Lori Weens, Erica and TPUSA needs to sue her ass for defamation. I feel like this is... just the Truman Show thing was a line. That was a line. And she crossed it.
Well, I'm just saying the whole thing about I'm putting the fire at the feet of TPUSA. F you.
Right.
This is an organization that Charlie built from scratch. It was his pride and joy. How dare you?
Right.
I
As
hate her.
Andrew Breitbart would say, war. The new Steve Irwin biopic is available now on Blu-ray or Stingray. Oh, it's on Stingray, you guys.
God, that is terrible.
It's not too
Steve Irwin.
It's not too soon though. You know what I mean? Like it's okay.
It's true.
It's not too soon. And he probably would have thought it was funny. You know what I mean?
It's true. He did have a very good sense of humor.
He had a great sense of humor. His son is like carrying in his footsteps too.
I know. I love his son so much.
Darling. Absolutely.
And his daughter.
Darling.
His daughter's adorable too.
They're both darling, you guys. Everybody have the greatest Wednesday ever. We will talk to you tomorrow. Bye, y'all. Bye.
Hello, beautiful people. This is the Chicks on the Right's Indian correspondent. Thank you for watching or listening. Be very sure to like, subscribe, and ring the bell to stay up to date on all of their delicious content. Okay, thank you. Come again.